In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an app similar to CalAI, a $2 million a month AI nutrition app using complete no-code tools. We'll use Rocket.new for the front end and connect it to an n8n AI agent powered by Anthropic's chat model. This web app can analyze any meal just from a single photo, breaking down the nutrition, calories, and giving smart recommendation instantly. By the end, you'll see how you can create powerful AI apps like this yourselves without writing a single line of code. All right, without wasting too much of your time, let's jump right into the video. All right, so let's get started with a quick demo first, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to build this step by step. So this is the front end that I've built using Rocket.new, and then the back end n8n AI agent is right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and execute the workflow. Now this AI agent is listening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this screenshot of this meal that's grilled chicken, broccoli, and stuff, and we're going to go ahead and let this thing analyze. So I'm just going to click on upload your meal photo, select that photo. Click on Analyze Nutrition. As you can see, now it says AI Analyze and Process. There you go. On the left-hand side, you can see that the AI agent and n8n is processing this. And then the front end is letting the user know that that analysis is in progress, which is a really good way or a good user interface to have. As you can see, now we have our agent complete on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, you have this really cool user interface that shows the image of the meal that the user uploaded. And then also on the bottom, you can see the calories, the protein, the carbs, the fat, and then also the macronutrient breakdown. And then in the bottom, as you can see right here, all these different details, including, what the meal includes, which is grilled chicken. So let me bring that photo back up again so you can see. All right. So as you can see on the left-hand side, we have our photo of the meal, and you can see on the right-hand side, it really accurately analyzed the photos. We have the grilled chicken breast here. It gives you all of the different details, the mixed wild rice, gives you the steamed broccoli, the cherry tomatoes, the grilled zucchini, and everything, right? Like you have all of it just from a complete screenshot. Now this is incredible. And then also in the bottom, it gives you a meal summary and then an improvement tip, right? It's saying, hey, add a source of healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil. So now, again, we can add multiple features to this just by typing right here and having Rocket.new change the user interface. And I'm also going to show you how you can add integrations with different apps like Supabase and then also Stripes for if you want to have your application, your web app, take payments. And you can also launch this to a custom domain or to Netlify. All right. So let's go ahead and get started now. All right. So we're going to start building the front end with Rocket.new. For those of you who are not familiar with Rocket, this is one of the most exciting vibe coding apps in the market because it gives you the ability to create full stack web apps and mobile apps. It has integration with frameworks like Flutter, HTML, Next.js, React.js, and it has integration with a bunch of these different apps that are super popular that I'm going to go in details in a little bit. But go ahead and sign up. They give you a really generous free account. So the way Rocket.new works is based on tokens. So on the free plan, you can actually sign up for, if you go to pricing right here, the starter plan right here gives you 1 million tokens. But if you want to upgrade, you can always use the personal or the Rocket plan, which gives you 5 million and 10.5 million tokens there. So go ahead and click on, I'm going to put the link in the description so you can go ahead and sign up for an account. Once you create your account, you will end up in their main dashboard where this is where we can go ahead and create our initial page or app using the first prompt. And also if you want to import any Figma design, this gives you the ability to import your Figma design as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start with a prompt that's building the front end for this NutriSnap AI app, web app that we're going to build. We're going to build a web app, but you also have the option to build mobile apps as well. And at the bottom, if you click on templates, they give you all of these different options like, the mobile app, landing page, a website, all of this. And all you have to do is click on use template. And this is going to bring everything over. So feel free to check that out in the bottom. What I'm going to do is actually for the first prompt, I'm just going to head out to my community here, go to the vibe coder module. And on the bottom right here, I have this NutriSnap AI nutrition analyzer app. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this initial prompt, and then I'm going to show you exactly what this is. or what this includes, so that way you can build something similar to this. By the way, Rocket already has a really nice prompting guide. I'm going to put that link in the description of the video as well, so that way you can go ahead and take a look at that. Use ChatGPT to, for example, come up with your prompt based on their prompting guide, so that way you get started in the right foot. So I'm just going to paste that prompt here, and I'm going to enter this, and then I'm going to show you exactly what the prompt looks like. All right. So while this is being built, as you can see right here in the bottom, it says Rocket is thinking. So it's going to go ahead and build that initial setup. But in the meantime, so what I did for the initial prompt was I just said project NutriSnap AI Smart Analyzer app. The goal is to build a Lightwood web app, not just a landing page, where users can upload or capture a meal photo and instantly get a food nutrition breakdown, including calories and everything else. So now another very important thing is that we want to obviously send, once a user uploads the picture, we want to send that to our n8n AI agent, where that will be attached to an Anthropic chat model that will analyze the meal and the nutrition and everything and send it back to the front end to our Rocket. So in the bottom, as you can see, after I've given it the photo and upload capture, and also a few different prompts regarding what the user interface should look like. In the bottom, I've said webhook integration. When a user uploads or captures a photo, send the image file to the following webhook endpoint for processing. And this is my webhook that I'm going to use our n8n for. So now if I go ahead and check out n8n, for those of you who are not familiar with n8n, n8n is a no-code platform that you can sign up for a free account as well. The link will be in the description. So let me go ahead and get rid of this so we can start fresh here. So for n8n, the first step is going to be adding our trigger. In this case, is going to be our webhook. So I'm just going to click on the plus button, click on webhook call. Now this is going to open up, this is going to open up right here, our webhook. You can be in test URL or production. I'm just going to use test so that we can see what's going on. First thing I need to do is change the HTTP method from get to post. And then here's the path. Instead of this gibberish, I'm just going to type test so that way it's a lot easier. So once that's done, I'm just going to copy this. And as you can see right here, if I paste it, this is the same exact thing, right? So let me just paste it for you so you can see. It's just my app name.cloud webhook test. That's exactly what I did there, okay? So that's very, very simple. Let's go ahead and let this thing finish. Oh, there you go. So now it says, Rocket, select the screens you wish to build from list below. Token consumption is directly related to the number of screens generated. So this is another important thing. The more screens you generate, or the more screens Rocket.new generates for you, the more token it's going to use. So if you are building a complex app that has multiple screens, it's definitely capable of doing that, but you want to make sure that you're selecting all of the different screens. So I'm just going to do 2 screens here, main analysis dashboard and analysis history, right? So if I click on build my web app, so what this is going to do is now this is going to take a couple of minutes to build the front end. So there you go. It says Rocket working on your request. So now let's go ahead and let this thing work on that while we quickly finish or add our AI agent here. So the next step is adding an AI agent. So I'm just going to click on plus, click on AI agent. There you go. So let me actually maximize this while this is being operated. There you go. Okay, perfect. So let me get out of this. That's our AI agent. So I'm just going to, for the chat model, I'm going to attach Anthropic chat model. Feel free to attach any other models like OpenAI or something like that. So I'm just going to use Anthropic here, my accounts. So let me go ahead and actually bring over this workflow from my community real quickly here. So that way I don't have to build this one by one. If I go to the bottom, I'm just going to click on n8n blueprint, download this, and then come back here to my n8n, go to the 3 dots, import from file, and I'm just going to grab that. There you go, food analyzer, and perfect. So this is basically that entire food analyzer app that we just downloaded. So let me go ahead and show you. So essentially the AI agent, as you can see right here, has this prompt that basically shows it that, hey, your food analysis assistant analyze the photo and identify each visible food item for, the given name of the food, the estimate portion. So this is basically a prompt that gives it the ability to make sure that it's analyzing the picture from the front end that's coming into us. And then we're just adding an Anthropic chat model to make sure that it's using that analysis. It's using its brain to basically process and analyze the photo that's coming in that the user is putting in from the front end using Rocket.new. So let's go ahead and take a look and see. And it says this will take 5 to 8 minutes to build as per your request. So this is gonna go ahead and take a couple of minutes to build. So let me go ahead and get rid of this for now and maximize this so that way I can show you. So as far as the webhook, as you saw, this is the webhook that's coming in. All of that information will be coming in from the webhook. I have this structure output parser because I've given it this example, JSON example, because this is what I wanted to produce for me in the front end, or this is what I want this information to be sent to the front end for Rocket.new here. So that's what it's all doing. So this is pretty much all you have to do here. All right. So now it's going to take a couple of minutes to finish this, but in the meantime, let's quickly take a look at a few features here. So as you can see right here, once I uploaded that prompt, it just says, I will build your NutritionApp AI nutrition analyzer using web plus React. So what this does is Rocket automatically selects the different application that it needs to build this. So in this case, it's using web and React JS to build this, for those of you who are familiar with React. And then if you're, for example, using or building a mobile app, then it's going to use the other tools that are necessary. But again, obviously, I don't want to get involved into the coding aspect of it, but it will select the proper technology to make sure it's giving or it's preparing the best possible app for you. So once this is done, this will actually send you a notification, so you can go ahead and let this thing finish in the background if you want to keep doing something else. All right, awesome. So it looks like it got done building the front end. As you can see, it's this nice little front end with 2 pages, one the analyze and then the history. These are the 2 different pages that the 2 different screens, as you can see on the left-hand side here, that we asked it to generate. So now let's go ahead and test this thing out. So I'm just going to click on choose from gallery, just have that meal upload. There you go. So now let me go ahead and come to the left-hand side here. I'm just going to turn on execute the workflow here. So I'm just going to click on execute workflow. There you go. Waiting for you to call the test URL. So I'm going to click on analyze nutrition now. And as you can see, this should be sending that information to the backend. Oh, it looks like it's not sending that information. Okay, that's fine. So now let's go ahead. This is normal. I mean, this is where we can now say that this information or the photo is not being sent to our n8n AI agent back. So I'm going to go ahead and copy another prompt. Let me just go back to my community quickly. And I want to pause and show you exactly what this prompt looks like, so that way you can just copy it yourself. So I'm just going to say, there you go. Copy this. So I'm just going to tell Rocket that, okay, so when a user uploads or captures a photo, send the image as a file to the following webhook. And this webhook right here is coming in from our webhook URL right here. So you just copy this and paste it right here. It's the same thing, right? Because what we want to do is we want to have this when the user submits the photo, it needs to be sent to the backend via this webhook, so that way our AI agent can analyze it. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this. See, this is the great thing about Rocket. You can always go back and forth, and if something is not working, you can kind of chat with it to make sure that, it fixes that problem, and, and then you can test it again. And if something breaks down, you can kind of take it one piece at a time. All right, perfect. So it said that it added the webhook service utility for sending images to external endpoint to retry logic, and it uploaded these 2 different files. Okay, so now let's go ahead and try that again. So I'm just going to go ahead and test this workflow. So it says waiting for the test URL. So I'm just going to click on choose and grab that photo again. Okay, there you go. Click on analyze, and there you go. This time it worked. You can see on the left-hand side, this time our AI agent worked. So now we're just going to go ahead, and it says, as you can see right here, it says sending to webhook, right? Which means that all our information is being sent to our webhook, to our n8n AI agent in the backend. So let's go ahead and let that image, there you go. So the workflow got executed, and perfect. Looks like everything is, I think it's working, but we can double check here. So let me go ahead and go to the response to the webhook here and see what we got. So here, minimize this a little bit. Okay, so we got grilled chicken. Yep. So it looks like this information is coming through, but it looks like on the front end. So on the front end, it looks like this is not showing that this has this dummy data from before. So now let's go ahead. Same thing. We're just gonna now say, so let me go back here, and I'm gonna copy this JSON right here, because this is the output of this AI agent, right? This is the output of this AI agent, and this is sending the output to our front end to Rocket, but it looks like that's not being captured properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on JSON here, and all I'm going to do is just copy this, right? So this is what's happening. This is copying all of that information. Go ahead and maximize this a little bit. So I'm going to say this is the JSON. Okay, so I said this is the JSON response that the webhook is sending back from n8n to the same webhook link I provided. It should be able to grab this response and display it. And that was the response that we just copied. So now let's go ahead and enter this. So now it's going to go ahead and say understanding the request, and it's going to go ahead and work on updating that. So that's how you can kind of just go back and forth. And, like I mentioned before, it's always good to kind of do this step by step so that way you don't get lost. Once like one particular area is fixed, then you can move on to the next step. And like I said, the great thing about this platform is that you can just do it just by kind of typing and going back and forth between the prompt here. So let's go ahead and let this request get processed. All right, awesome. So it looks like that finished too. Let's go ahead and now test this out again. So I'm just going to click on execute workflow, and I'm going to go ahead and choose that photo again. The meal. All right. So now I'm going to click on analyze nutrition. There you go. So now the agent goes through, and it looks like it's processing that information. So now let's go ahead and wait to see if this is going to display the results here or not. All right, perfect. Looks like this time it worked, right? So now as you can see right here, this is, it looks like it presented the overview here. So 44.8 grams of protein, 36.6 grams of carb. So let's go ahead and click on food item so that way we can see exactly if it matches. All right, so grilled chicken, mixed rice, steamed broccoli, cherry tomatoes, and bell peppers. So let's take a look. Yep, that's exactly it, right? So earlier it wasn't doing that. It was just kind of showing some dummy data. And now it looks like all of that information is being displayed properly. So that's all we need to do. Now our app is ready to go. So let me go ahead and maximize this so we can see this a bit more. So there you go. As you can see, it provides this really nice overview, and then also food items, and then charts here, right? So it gives you even this really nice chart here. How much protein does it have? How much carbs does it have? And then also this nice little nutrition breakdown here. So now if you want to change the user interface, same thing. You just kind of come in the left-hand side here and just say, hey, I want to change the user interface here. You can always add like a screenshot or, additional pictures if you want to further specify exactly the different sections of the web app that you want to change. So feel free to play around with this. Now again, like you also can click on the history tab. So this is the other page that you have here, and this will show you exactly all the different histories. And then you can always go back and forth between these two pages to make sure that it's meeting the quality of the app that you're building. So feel free to play around with that. All right. So now that the app is complete, you can now launch this, right? So if I go on the launch right here, so we can launch this on the web and launch on Netlify and show it to the world. So you can use this. So if I do this, it just basically means that this is going to publish this particular app on Netlify. So if I click on this link, so this is gonna go ahead and bring this entire front end, and also of course, since this application is now live in this particular URL, now you can same thing use this just like you would normally. Now another thing is if you want to add your custom domains, you can just launch on custom domain here, but obviously you have to upgrade your plan if you want to add your own custom domain. So a few other important things about Rocket.new, and obviously this was the code that I was talking about earlier. So if you take a look at the code section here, all of the files are here. So for those of you who are familiar with code, as you can see right here, these are the React apps or React code that you can, if you want to further take a look at that. But again, like I said, I want to keep this as a no code. So, all right. So on the integration tab. So this is very important. Now Rocket has a bunch of different integration with apps, including Supabase. Now this is very important. Let's say you want to give your app the ability to provide login information. So if you want to have your customers, let's say if the user have users like sign in with their email and password, you can connect to Supabase. And what this is going to do is this is going to basically store all of the login access and everything on Supabase. It's very simple to do. You just basically create a Supabase account, click on connect, and what this is going to, so this is my Supabase already that I've created. You just authorize Rocket, and what this is going to do, this is going to make sure that the app gets connected to Supabase, where then you can now host all of your all of your authentication on Superbase. So as you can see right here, my Superbase got connected. So now these are the different projects that you can choose. And if you know, or you can create a new Superbase project from scratch. So now you can just tell Rocket to add login information. For this particular app, I just, wanted to showcase kind of the front end and stuff. But if you want to add additional login information, that's how you can do it. Now they have another integration called Resend. So Resend, for those of you who are familiar, it's basically a platform for sending and receiving email and management, all that stuff. It's a super popular app. So if you want to have that, give your app that ability, Resend is a great application to have this connection. Another important one is obviously Stripe. So if you want to take payments, if you want to launch this application, let's say in your custom domain and make it a live website, what you can do is you can add connection to your Stripe. You'll just go to your Stripe account and copy and paste your secret key, and then also the publishable key here, and you'll have your Stripe account connected there. They have a bunch of other integration. One of the best ones is honestly this Google Analytics. So that way it gives you the web traffic and everything else. That's a very good application to have connected to your app. So that way you can see where the traffic is coming from. And then also it has, connections to AdSense, Perplexity, Anthropic, and all the other popular large language models. If you want to add SMS or messaging, you can add Twilio here as well. But obviously for our app, that's not going to be very relevant. So that's pretty much kind of like the whole concept of creating the front end, connecting it to an n8n AI agent in the back end, and then obviously launching it and then using these different integrations to make sure that your app is ready for an MVP. So check it out. Again, I'll put the link description for all of this. And then of course, if you want to check out the community, feel free to link on the description and join the community. We have a great space for people to collaborate building these projects. So if you're new to n8n, you can learn n8n or learn how to make money with AI. And then of course, all of the resources for the vibe coding module is available right here. So make sure you check out the community. Hopefully I'll see you inside. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, because I've got a lot more content coming that you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an app similar to CalAI, a $2 million a month AI nutrition app using complete no-code tools. We'll use Rocket.new for the front end and connect it to an n8n AI agent powered by Anthropic's chat model. This web app can analyze any meal just from a single photo, breaking down the nutrition, calories, and giving smart recommendation instantly. By the end, you'll see how you can create powerful AI apps like this yourselves without writing a single line of code. All right, without wasting too much of your time, let's jump right into the video.